Hey guys, how you doing? Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Although it's Thursday, so Thirsty Thursday. Yes. And cheers. And I apologize for it being a day late, but I did put a video out yesterday, which took me quite a long time to make. Not the video, but the song itself took me about 10 hours to record. So, you know, after that I was pretty much done for the day. But got some things I want to show you. And got some stuff sent in, so let's get to it. Got a few things I want to cover today, but the first thing we want to make sure we do is, as I promised last week, is have a look at that beer that we brewed. Okay, that one that I sort of, you know, the Frankenstein beer, the one I threw together, and we'll see what we've got. So right before I sat down here to do this, I went over, I poured the beer, I came back. And I started the camera. All right. So I have the beer now. Before I bring it onto you can probably already. You might. Yeah, you can already see it. Yeah. Okay. But before we talk about it, well, before we show it, we got to talk about it. It's not going to be clear. I will tell you that right now. I knew this, and the only reason I poured this beer is because I promised you guys I would. Okay. But I want you to understand that this beer needs to sit for maybe a week in the keg before I start, you know, really getting into it. All right. So you've been warned. It's going to look really murky. And I knew it would, and I should have maybe thrown a Whirlfloc tablet in or something. I never even thought. I got some back there. Oh well. Okay. I mean, I don't care if it's clear, but it's, you know, when it's like this, it's a little too much to handle. Now, I have smelled it. I have not tasted it. The only time I tasted this was when I was kegging it, and when the siphon stopped, I pulled the hose out of the keg, I blocked the end, and I just went, took a little bit out of the hose, and wow, it was a hot bomb for sure. So I have not tasted it, and here we are. Now, I have smelled it, and it's pleasant. Okay, aside from the fact that it's not really ready and it needs to sit, I thought it would be much worse than this. As far as I thought it would be just horribly bitter and just awful, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be. It's just a pleasant hop aroma, citrusy, cascadey. Okay, I think, yeah, we put Cascade in, I believe. I can't remember now. So I'm a little scared to try this. It's got a little cap on it, not much. It's probably a little bit, see some lacing there. I'm a little scared, but let's give it a try. Cheers. Bottoms up. Yuck! Ugh! No, I'm joking. Some of you have been waiting for me to do that, a reaction like that. No, it's right off the bat. It's pleasant. It's not. In fact, it tastes a lot better than it looks, to tell you the honest truth. I'll try it again. Yeah. It turned out nice. It's going to be good. In fact, it is good. It just needs to sit. It's, don't mind my furnace. It's a hop bomb. If you like hops, go back and watch that video. I'll put a link down below in case you haven't seen it. It's a great IPA. Color-wise, it's brown. So I would call it a brown IPA. Okay? A brown Frankenstein IPA. When this clears and gets a little bit more reasonable looking, I will bring it back on camera and show you what it looks like when it's, you know, when it looks normal. So, beautiful beer. It really does taste great. I'm surprised, you know, because I didn't even know that I had dark malt extract. I thought I had amber. If you watch the video, you'll see how I really just did this off the seat of my pants. that's a figure of speech. I didn't really literally do that. But anyway, without saying too much about it right at this point, because it is young and it is, you know, not really ready yet, I will tell you that it's thumbs up. Okay, thumbs up for this beer. I really do like it, and I'm gonna like it even more when it's ready. It has, I don't want to take too much of your time here. If you've ever made a Cooper's IPA, it's that and then some. It's got hops coming out of its wazoo, man. It's really nice. And when it matures a little bit and mellows out, I guarantee you this is going to be a really nice brown IPA. So there you go. Cheers. I'll drink the rest of this. There's no problem. It tastes fine. Close your eyes. Would never know that it looks the way it does. Give it about 3 days. I want to explain something to you also. When it comes down to kegging, okay, you have to imagine the beer in the keg seems like it's getting cloudier before it's getting clearer. And here's why. For those of you who have kegs, you know this already. But imagine the keg, okay, it's a cylinder like that. And when you draw the beer from the keg, when you dispense it, it's taking the beer from the bottom of the keg. There's a dip tube that goes all the way down to the bottom, and it's pulling the beer from the bottom of the keg. So as the beer sits in the keg, the sediment, you know, all the particles, all the particulates, whatever they're called, they all slowly fall down and condense at the bottom of the beer inside the keg, right? And so when you're pulling beer, you're pulling all the sediment from all above and everything. It's all concentrated in the bottom. And it will do that for the first few pours, or until it all falls down to the very bottom and it's below the level of the dip tube where you're drawing the beer from. So, you know, if I was taking beer from the top, pulling beer from the top, it probably wouldn't be this densely, you know, cloudiness. It wouldn't have the same cloudiness. Okay, so that's just a little explanation for it. So we'll get back out in a few days or a week when it clears out. We'll do it again. In the meantime, I got stuff I want to show you. Okay, good beer. All right, one more. I'd make it again. It's gonna put me to sleep. Is what it's gonna do. It's hops. You know, and I didn't put a lot of hops in, and no, I did not dry hop it, and I'm glad I didn't, because I think that would have been a little too much. Now, again, in maybe 4 or 5 days, it might settle down, and then I might wish I had dry hopped it. But you know, you can always throw some hops into the keg too. You know, it doesn't hurt to open that up and chuck some in. Right, I got some stuff from some very kind people. All right, I want to mention, first of all, Randy. I'm just going to mention first names. So I'm obviously not going to, you know, say the full name. He sent me a donation of $50 through PayPal. Thanks, Randy. Okay, whoops, I still need this. And so what I'm going to do with that, Randy, is I'm going to I'm not going to pay bills with it, that's for sure. Rush is coming out with all of their classic albums on vinyl. Okay, 2112, Farewell to Kings, you know, all the way up on vinyl. And unbelievable. The 2112 record is coming out in March, and it has a hologram on the vinyl. So when it's going around while you're playing it, there's this hologram. It's the star with the man standing in front of it. Or I don't know if the man is there, but there's the star, the Rush star with the circle around it, is spinning around on the vinyl record itself, like a gear. So the record's going around like this, and it's so amazing. So these are $23. I'm going to get 2112, and I'm going to go back and get Fly By Night on vinyl as well with that money. So Randy, you just bought me 2 Rush albums. Thank you very much, sir. And then we have Kurt. Kurt sent me a $25 gift certificate. I have to mention this stuff, guys, because I have to show my appreciation. $25 gift certificate for Ontario Beer Kegs. So what I did with that was I went on to ontariobeerkegs.com or .ca, forget which one it is. and they had a deal of the day, which they often do, where they put a beer kit on sale. And so I looked at the ingredients on this beer kit. It was a $35 beer kit. No, it was a $45 beer kit on for $35 or something like that. So, you know, I was going to kick in the extra money, of course. And I was looking at the ingredients, and I have all of them except the liquid malt extract. I have the hops, I have the grains, I have the hops, or the yeast, I'm sorry, all of that. So I thought, why should I spend all the money, you know, on all that stuff when I've already got it in my fridge? So what I did was I saved some money, and I just bought the liquid malt extract. Okay? Munich. 6 pounds. Right? And these were, it came to $23 and change for both of them. I think 21 or something. Anyway, I only had to kick in $5 for shipping. So I'm gonna make that beer or something similar to it. Right? Okay, so that's Kurt. Thank you, sir. Awesome. There's another batch of beer right there just because of Kurt. Good stuff. And finally, Brewman, calls himself Brewman. He sent me a, he says, Craig, cheers Craig, happy brewing. Cheers, Brewman. Okay. He sent me a beer kit. It's a Brewcraft USA India Black Ale. And it came from, where'd it come from? Canuck Homebrew Supply. Whoops. Let's go watch the addresses there and stuff. Canuck Homebrew Supply. Okay. And here it is. We've got hops. Three hop additions. We've got yeast, which I may replace. Do you guys know what happens if dry yeast gets frozen? Like if it's in the freezer or if it's out in the cold? This box sat in my door for quite a long time before anyone noticed it, and I'm sure this was frozen. Does it matter? That's my question to you. Post a link or a comment down below what you think about what happens if you accidentally freeze dry yeast. Freeze dry yeast, not freeze dry yeast. You know what I mean. And if you think it's going to be damaged, then I've got lots of this in the fridge. I'll just replace it. That's all. Okay. Lots of brew socks for the yeast and the hops, or the hops and the grains. God, I don't know what's wrong with me today. We've got bottling sugar, which I'll just throw into the beer because I don't bottle. More sugar, dextrose. Caps, which I won't use, or at least not now. Oh yeah, grains. Now I'll show you what's in these, okay, in a second, right? And dry malt extract. You know, it's funny because these are, these are obviously sealed. You know, there's no holes in them or anything like that. They're very well packaged. And there's a magnet that goes on my fridge. Right? They're very well packaged. There's no holes or anything in them. But it's like when you go into the grocery store and you go into the sugar aisle. And the sugar's all in, paper bags. And they're all sealed. But for some darn reason, the shelf is covered in sugar. Because some of the bags, I guess, I don't know what happens to them. They just get, I don't know, some of them have little holes in them or something. Well, it's the same with this dry malt extract. Every time I get a kit, a box, with stuff in it like this, and it's got dry malt extract in it, it's always all over everything inside the box. It's hilarious. I don't know why that is. Okay, so that came from Canuck Home Brewing. It's not going to close properly on me, but there it is. It's a Brewcraft USA kit. Let me tell you what's inside. Where did I put that? Here it is. If you want to pause the video for a second, I'll hold this up and you can see what the ingredients are in here, what was all in the box. Okay? You can pause the video and you can see that. Right on. I can't wait to brew that. Make sure I get that magnet out of there too, so I put that on my fridge. I was pretty impressed too, because the shipping for that, I mean, you're talking this has got to be weigh about 7 or 8 pounds, right? It's not that light. And it was only $8 to ship to me, as I got the receipt here. There's $8. That's pretty reasonable. I'm very impressed with that. I will order from them. And the other stuff came from Ontario Beer Kegs. They're good too. I've had no problems with them at all, and they got great deals. Okay, so thanks guys. Awesome. Lots of beer, lots of brewing going to happen down here. Now, here's the part that I need to just make you understand. I'm probably not going to be filming any of these. I will keep you updated as to, you know, when they're brewed and what's, you know, when we taste them and stuff like that. And maybe I'll keep my GoPro handy and just shoot a couple of clips here and there. But I really, guys, I really want, because these were gifts, I really want to just hold back, have a nice beer, and just brew. I don't want to be filming it. I hope you understand that. That's just a partial extract beer kit. You've seen me do that before. It's got grains in it, and soak the grains and hop additions and all that. But I really just want to, relax. I want to turn on the radio or something, or put some tunes on, and I just want to brew. Okay? I'll keep my GoPro handy, and we'll do a little clips, and I'll include them in next week's Homebrew Wednesday, or whenever it is I brew that. All right? So just, you know, that's just to let you know. All right. What else? I want to talk about pickles for a second. All right? Homebrewed pickles. See, it's brew related, so don't get your knickers in a knot. I think some people actually do get their knickers in a knot when I go off topic on these videos and gets talking about something else other than brewing. I think they get upset, but oh well. Yeah, so let's talk about this. I've already been eating these. They look, see now they're sticking out the top a little bit. That's not a good thing. They look a mess. Okay, but let me tell you what's going on with these. There's a bay leaf there. There's onion in here. Let me tell you what went on, and we'll take one out and we'll try it. All right. Oh, they're starting to warm up. I've had them out of the fridge. I can hear the air coming out of them. I had the cucumbers. I had the garlic, and I was all ready to go to brew myself some fermented dill pickles. And I went and got my dill out of the fridge, and I left it in the bag where it came in, and it went bad. It was all slimy, and I was so mad. I thought, I want to make my pickles tonight, but I haven't got any dill. So what can I do? Well, do you really have to use dill? And somebody sent me a message in the comments on one of the videos that he doesn't like dill. So can you do it without? Well, of course you can. And that's what I've just proven. I didn't have any dill. So what I did, I used garlic, black peppercorns, you know, the little black whole peppercorns, dried basil, or basil, however you pronounce that. Okay, I put about a teaspoon or two of that in there. Okay, and an entire onion, cut up. All right, and bay leaves, 4 or 5 of those. All right, and of course the cucumbers. And the brine, the saltwater brine. And I brewed it up. And it fermented 4 or 5 days. It was done. And I'm here to tell you that they're absolutely delicious. You can put anything you want in there. I didn't put hot peppers in because I didn't have any, but that's my next step with these is to make them spicy. So I've been dipping into them. I gave my son one, David. He had one earlier. He said it was delicious. So, oh man, they smell incredible. Guys, if you're not doing this yet, you've got to do it. My wife bought a bag of radishes. I started getting my thinking about fermenting radishes. So, because they don't have a lot of flavor. So if you cut them up maybe and ferment them, right? And add spices and herbs to it, right? You never know. Might taste good. So, this is, we're going to take I don't want a very big one. Well, I got a big one. Okay. Well, that's okay. Oops. There's a pickle. You can smell the basil. You can smell the onion. You can smell the onion and the garlic and the bay leaves. I'm not going to do a video. Just do it. Just make the pickles the same way you do with the dill, but put different stuff in. Mmm. Yum! You want to eat raw onions? Come on. Right? Fermented raw onions. Mmm. Guys, life is good. That's 3 words. We need a shirt. I'm not suggesting this, but it's just a thought. A shirt with "Life is good" and then underneath it a nice mug of beer and some fermented pickles. So, speaking of shirts, guys, if you want to buy one of my shirts, that'd be great. We've been selling them. Lots of people are buying them. They're enjoying them. It's tgtshirts.com. This one is not for sale. This is a special edition that he sent to me as a gift for Christmas. And the reason why it's not for sale is because it's not as durable. The gold, I guess the gold ink that he uses is probably not going to last as long as the other ink that he uses. So I basically wear it and then I take it off after I'm done making the videos and I hang it back up again. So I don't want to wash it too often. But anyways, thank you guys for buying them, and I hope you're enjoying. I noticed some females buying the names on the, because I get all the orders, right? So, and some of the names on them are like, I guess some people's wives are buying their husbands some shirts or hubbies some shirts. Hey, that's an awesome thing. I really love that. That's great. It's just a warm, fuzzy feeling that your wife would think to do that. That's cool. And anyway, I think that's about it for me. I think I'm probably running over time, but I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for your wonderful supportive comments. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon. Happy brewing. And well, I don't know what else to say. 17. Cheers out.